Consider the sensitivity of a mechanical scale. It remains perfectly balanced until a single grain of sand drops onto one side. Life's most critical character tests operate with that same silent gravity. They never announce their arrival with an alarm or a grand stage. We move through these ethical stress tests constantly. We pass or fail them in the small moments, precisely because we assume our actions in the mundane carry no social weight. A quiet coffee shop in the late afternoon serves as a laboratory for this phenomenon. It provides the perfect conditions to observe how we treat people when we think the interaction doesn't matter. Character reveals its true shape when we are convinced that no one important is watching. In those moments, the mundane becomes the ultimate judge. A few years ago, I walked into a coffee shop after a grueling day of meetings. I was exhausted, dressed in a simple cap, casual clothes, and slippers. My appearance offered no markers of professional success or financial standing. To any observer, I was just another tired person in simple clothes. This diagram illustrates the status heuristic, a psychological shortcut the human brain uses to assign a value score to a person based entirely on visual branding. This heuristic evolved as a way to optimize social energy, quickly determining who deserves our time and who can be safely ignored. Because I lacked the expected visual cues of wealth, the default social algorithm categorized me as a low-value interaction. From my table, I watched the waiter. He treated other customers with high energy and warm, respectful smiles. That behavior vanished the moment he reached my table. He used a cold expression and clipped short answers. He projected a sense of predetermined dismissal before I even spoke. Based on the slippers and the cap, he calculated that I couldn't afford much and therefore didn't warrant his effort. This was more than a lapse in hospitality. It was a failure of the hidden character test. He was rationing basic human decency based on a perceived net worth. I met the disrespect with a smile. There was no need to retaliate or defend my ego. The environment shifted when another customer recognized me. They rushed over, breaking the quiet of the shop with intense excitement. They called me AbangAbu and began loudly describing how my financial programs had changed their life. The waiter's demeanor underwent an immediate, whiplash-inducing reversal. The cold expression was replaced by fawning smiles and the constant use of the word sir. This flowchart maps the mechanics of conditional respect. The waiter was deferring to a newly revealed label. In this mindset, civility is tied to specific triggers, like public endorsement, which serve as mechanical gatekeepers for basic decency. This moment highlights a common social priority, valuing a person's branding before ever considering their humanity. The coffee shop incident points toward a broader paradox. The most resilient and secure people often operate with the simplest, least impressive appearances. Mapping projected wealth against actual financial stability reveals an inverse relationship. Those struggling financially often use loud visual signals to compensate. In contrast, silent wealth exists on a flat baseline, a state of security requiring no external validation. True wealth is inherently quiet. It has nothing to prove to a stranger in a coffee shop. True character is measured by how you treat someone before you have any data about their identity or status. Treat the waiter, the office cleaner, the rideshare driver, and the quiet person in the room with the same respect you would offer a person of high influence. Baseline humility is the ultimate, unfakeable indicator of personal wealth. Life's defining character tests are always hidden in these small moments. How we respond to them determines our true value.